Hello, this is a free call from an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse this free call, press 2. If you would like to permanently... Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hey, Gypsy. Hey, hold on one second, okay?
All right.
Okay, hold. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, I can hear you. I just want to put my headphones in.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got your letter today.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. I was like, you said that I'd probably be getting it soon, so I got it today, and I'm like, yay!
Perfect. I got yours today also, and oh my God, I was amazed, absolutely amazed. You are so talented, Gyps. You really are. You've got so much better. You got a much better artistic nature to you than I do. Like I said, I would love to draw you something, but there's just no way. I would totally embarrass myself if I did. It'd be so bad.
Don't worry about it. Don't be embarrassed. I'd love whatever you do. Even if you do like a stick figure or whatever, I'd still probably put it up on the wall.
That's probably what it is. But I love your picture you sent me today. Honestly, I would actually kind of want to frame it because I love it so much.
Well, I love to draw, and I love to draw, and
Okay.
I used to paint as well, on canvas, and so I used to do these freaking huge canvases and buy the paints and everything in Kansas City, because they had this art supply shop there that I'd go to, and they had like everything you could possibly ever think of, and
Yeah.
I just started, and it was right after, I need something to drink. It was right after I got baptized, and I started drawing.
You got baptized?
Yeah, I had got baptized. I've been baptized quite a few times. And,
Really?
yeah, I had my christening whenever I was a baby, of course, and then I had got baptized again. And then again while I was in county, because they had like a little
really?
chapel that they had.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, after everything, I think it would be nice to get baptized, and
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Mom on the phone, and she's like, well, your dad hasn't been baptized yet, so probably whenever I get out, me and him are going to get baptized again at the same time. So that's
awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be a good moment. And so anyway, after I got baptized, I started learning to draw like a lot better, and it just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I didn't draw that much before then, and I started painting, and I'm like, oh, it's actually pretty good. The first painting I did was I called it Through the Gates of Heaven. And it had, I drew like the gates to heaven in my own opinion of what it looks like. And I had Jesus in the center of this kind of archway. And they had like a shadowy figure. And I did a shadowy figure because I didn't want it to be any one person. I didn't want it to be male or female. I just wanted it to be a person. And so Jesus has his arms wide open, and the person is standing on the other side of the gate, being welcomed in. So
that's awesome.
I did that, and it turned out quite pretty. And then after that, I did a portrait of a lion, and because, of course, I'm a Leo, so I'm a very proud Leo. I'm very much my sign. And so I just started doing it more and more.
But that's awesome. I've never been baptized. When I was a kid, I used to go to church all the time, This, I swear to God, this fucking headset. Just hold on one second. Okay, now I'm back.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
move,
you're
cat.
fading away.
I know, it's like, for some reason, like, I hear you so much better when I have my headphones on, but they're Bluetooth, and, like, I don't get any, I don't know if it's just I have T-Mobile, which is, like, one of, like, the service providers, but anyway, I live way out in the middle of nowhere, so the only way I can talk to you is on the Wi-Fi, and I like to walk around when I'm on the phone, so sometimes I'll walk out into the driveway, and the fucking cats will, I have to get outside, because last time I talked to you, remember the one cat got out. It took me like 2 hours after I hung up with you to get that fucker back inside. And I had to go get like a can of wet food and like beg it to come to me, and it finally did. And it's pitch black dark because, again, I'm out in the middle of fucking nowhere. So it's just, I hate those cats so much. But anyway, I don't know. I'm rambling right now. But so yeah, I've never been baptized, and I go to church a lot when I was a kid with my mom. But like when I was I didn't be there, so I didn't really pay attention. I would just kind of like, I always hated going to church, and now that I'm older, I'm religious. Like, you know, I'm a Christian for sure, but I don't go to church, and, you know, I don't read the Bible, but I probably should.
Hey, I do not blame you because I've only been to like one church service since I've been here, and I used to go more in county because it was So some people, they would go to church just to get out of the pod, and for so long I was in a certain status to where I couldn't leave the pod. So of course I wanted to get out and roam around once I was able to. So I'd go to church a lot then, but now it's got so much going on, and I know that's like no excuse to not go to church, but I feel I pray, you know, every day. I say my prayers, and I believe in God in my heart, so I don't have to be in any one place to, you know, say my prayers and have faith and stuff like that. So I just haven't gotten my butt to church.
I totally. I'm like right there with you. Like, I'm super busy all the time. Like, I work so fucking much, and I like live out in a state like, you know, thousands of miles away from any family. Like, I'm pretty much just by myself out here. And so I try to go to church when I can. I used to go when I first moved here because, like, my best friend at the time, the one that, like, invited me out here, he's, like, a big Christian. He goes to church, like, every Sunday and Wednesday. And I used to go with him on Sundays, but, like, I used to have, like, a set schedule where I would work 5 days a week, and they would always be the same days, so I could, like, kind of, like, schedule things like that. But now it's so different. Like, every single week my schedule's different. And being a bartender, a lot of times it's from, like, 6 o'clock at night until 2 o'clock in the morning, because that's just the way the hours are when you when you work at a bar, because they keep it open until the last minute, until you legally have to stop selling alcohol, which is 2 a.m., and then I have to close down. I don't even get home till 3. That's why yesterday, like, I really wanted to talk to you yesterday, but I was at work, and I'm allowed to step outside for like half an hour, but then I have to go back. And you know, I hate my hours, but like I said in my letter, it's such a good job that I would not want to change unless I had like some kind of actual profession, you know, with a degree and everything. And I haven't told you this yet, but I actually don't even have a high school diploma. I didn't finish high school. I actually still have to get my GED also, and I haven't done that. I haven't done that yet. And my family is always just like, Ken, do you have your GED yet? And I'm like, no, but like, I know if I like to think that I would pass the test, but it's been so long since I've studied anything that I feel like I would have to like do some refresher courses to, you know, make sure that I do well on the test. And you can't go to college, even if it's just community college, you can't go unless you have that. So that's one thing that, like, you know, I want to go to school and I want to start college courses, because I'm like, God, I mean, I'll be 25 in October and I haven't done anything like that. And I have coworkers.
So
Well, you know what? Like it's starting to feel that way, you know, because I have coworkers who are like, you know, 36, 37, still bartending, and I'm like, you know, I love you guys, but, and of course I would never say this to them because I don't want to hurt their feelings, but I don't want to be 36, 37 still doing this job. I mean, because that's what happens is because the money's so good that like people just get addicted to that easy lifestyle, and then their life just kind of passes them by. And, you know, like, I don't know, I want to be able to have like a good profession so that whenever I get married and have kids, I can support them and put them in good schools and blah, 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 all that, you know, American dream bullshit. But that's what I want to do. So, so I think I really need to start refreshing myself on those courses. But I always say next week, next month, and then those months go by.
Trust me.
I know.
You can't do that.
That's
but
totally.
I can tell you from a person that is trying to get their GED, like in here, I don't know if it's the same on the outside, but you have your pre-test, and if you pass the pre, then you take your high-set test. And everyone says that the pre is harder than the actual high-set test. And
oh, really?
Yeah. So, and all the crap that we're learning in school, all the integers, all the freaking geometry and shit, it doesn't prepare us for the actual pre-test or the high-set test. My roommate, she took it twice and failed both times because she was not prepared. Like, they are not teaching us what we should be trying to focus on when being asked the certain questions that are on the test. You know, they're teaching us everything in the world, but it's like you can't retain that much, and unless you constantly study. But a lot of people have jobs, they have a life, you know, so even in here. And so it's like you can't study all the time. But there are some people that pick it up very quickly. And they're in there for only a couple of months, and they take their pre-test, they pass, and they take the high set, and they're out of there. You know, in a couple of months they graduate, and it's done. They get their diploma. So, I mean, it just kind of depends on your learning level and how quickly you pick up things.
Yeah. No, like for me, it's like I'm really good with like reading. I'm really good with language arts. But like the ones that I lack in the most are like anything mathematics. Like I know, like I know like basic math. I can add, subtract, multiply, all that kind of stuff that we use in our day-to-day life. But like algebra or calculus or any of that kind of shit, like I have no fucking idea. And like so they have like these books. So it's for me. Okay, so like the on the outside, basically, at least what I've looked into is like you can buy these like super big GED like practice like books. They're like they're huge, and they have pre-tests like in those books, and you can like kind of go down those. And it's been so long since I've been in an actual classroom. Like, I mean, let me see, like when did I stop going to high school? Probably 2009. So it's been almost 10 years. I mean, you know, not to be dramatic, but 8 years, I guess. And it's just like, God, like I would really have to sit down and like pay attention to it. And it's just like, I'm so lazy when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like, but I know that like if I ever want to start going to school, which is something I really do want to do, I'm going to have to just do it. And so it's going to happen. But and I made a promise to my family, like, okay, I promise that I'll get my GED before the end of the year, meaning this year. So it's like the clock's already winding down. It's August now, so there's only 4 months left in the year.
Right.
And it's like, okay, maybe it's time to start getting this done.
Yeah. And I mean,
but
on a few things, it'll all come back to you. And I mean, basically, if you know you're adding, multiplying, subtracting, dividing, that's really the base of everything else. If you could do that, then everything else seems to be a lot easier. And, like, I didn't know multiplying and dividing whenever I first started school. And I'm not going to say I'm excellent at it because sometimes, like, I could be asked, what's 8 times 8, and I won't know it off the top of my head. But if I really have to...
64.
Yeah, see, you know it.
Yeah.
And so my roommate, she had to constantly keep asking me, what's 7 times 7? What's 7 times 7? And I have to, answer. And
49.
Yes. And, I have to kind of remember and write it down so I can physically see it. I'm a visual learner. So I have to see something in order to retain it. So once I started doing that, the rest of this stuff started coming to me a little bit easier. Right now I'm working on integers, which is basically negative and positive numbers, adding, multiplying, subtracting, then, and it's a whole bunch of shit that you don't even use in the real world.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. I mean, I feel you on that. Like, yeah. It's like learning all the things that I'm never going to use again, but you have to know it. And like times tables, I remember like in the very first letter you sent me, you told me that you were still learning your times tables. Yeah. And like that was one of those things that like that's like the only thing about math that like I know by heart. Like I remember like having a chart where you just do like one only up to 12 though. I don't know anything past 12, so I can do 12 times 12. And everything before that, but like if someone was like, "Hey, what's 13 times 17?" I have no fucking idea. And but yeah, it's the easiest way to remember is like any number times 10 is always that same number with a 0 at the end. And the rest just kind of comes naturally after you practice for a couple weeks. Like you'll be able to get it by heart. But yeah, but
The person you called has hung up. Hello, this is a free call from
an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
I'm so sorry. I hate this house. Like, I miss living in the city where I have reception everywhere. But I'm on the balcony, and I guess it just cut out for a second. But anyway, you were saying about your mom and how you talked to her, and what were you saying?
Yeah, and I'm like, we have created a bond where it's like Dad isn't even part of the equation anymore. It's like we created a bond on our own. And so it's very easy for me to confide in her about anything. And I wish that I could have had this opportunity before, because I'm like, I don't mean to be disrespectful to my mother or anything, but Kristy is like the mother I've always wanted to have. She's
totally. Because she actually,
you
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's the same way I feel. Like I feel like Kristy loves you like the mother you should have had, and that actually cares about your well-being and your future, and and accepts everything and is there for you as an actual mother figure, versus Claudine, who was just kind of like for her own selfish gain, and just kind of like used you as a tool, which is just horrible, but. And again, I don't know about, your personal relationship with DeeDee, but from what I've gathered, it was just all for her own benefit and not for you. So I could not be happier that you have that. You have the mother that you needed now, and she's there for you and accepts you and loves you and comes to see you and talks to you all the time. Like. That warms my heart and makes me feel good too. So I'm really happy that you have that.
Thank you. Because I'm like, I needed it. And while I was in Wisconsin, I used to always call her Aunt Kristy, because that's what Mom said to call her. And I'm like, she's not my aunt, but I didn't want to say stepmom or anything. So we came up with Aunt Kristy. And then whenever I got arrested, I got to a point where I'm like, I'm so freaking scared. I don't know who people. You know, I've heard so many bad things about these people from Mom. I don't know what to think, but I kind of just broke down and was like, I need a mother figure right now. And so I'm like, I don't know why I called you Aunt Kristy before, but that doesn't seem fitting since you're not my aunt. And I don't want to really call you stepmom, so can I just call you Mom? And she said that she would be honored. So I was very happy. And then I kind of just began to talk to her a lot because Dad would be at work a lot. And so I would talk to her about everything, about jail, about what I was going through, about my past, what was, going through my case, and everything. And we just created a trust, and it's just grown from there.
Yeah, and that makes me incredibly happy to hear, because you having a strong support system is like one of the most important things for you right now. To know that you have people out there who care about you and want the best for you, and love and support you, and and like I said, like, you're one of the most fascinating people that I've never met, but I have met now. and then I will actually finally get to meet you, and I just and it's like I told, because I'm sure to some people it might seem strange because I contacted you in prison and everything, but I once if people give me the chance to hear me out, like, I don't find it strange at all, and I'm just really happy to be someone that you can confide in and talk to, because you do mean a lot to me. I do care a lot about you, so I'm always hoping for that you're okay. And if you ever wanted to talk about anything, you can always call me as well. And if I'm not at work or if I'm free, I'll always talk to you. Even yesterday when I was at work, I stepped outside to talk to you for as much as I could.
I tried to check your schedule on the letter that you had sent a couple of weeks back or whatever, and it said that you got off at 6, so I assumed you were off.
Yeah,
and then, of course,
changes
you're
every
2 hours.
week.
Of course, you're 2 hours behind me, so I'm like, at 9:06 is your 4 or whatever.
Yeah. But like I said, like, my schedule is different every week, so I'll be better about, like, letting you know, like, what days I have off. Like, as of this coming week, I work tomorrow, I work Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and then I have Wednesday and Thursday off. Usually, like, Wednesday and Thursday off has been, like, the norm lately, but a lot of times it changes. And again, like, if you ever want to call me in the morning before I work, like, I'll always be there to answer and talk to you. But today was my day off. It was my only day off this week because I've been working so much lately because we've had a lot of people leave and move, and I have my best friend's in treatment right now, so he's another coworker of mine. So it's just been kind of they've been overworking everybody else lately, and but like I said, like, there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about you and hope you're doing okay. So if you ever have time and you want to call me, if I see you calling, I'll answer and just tell you, like, hey, if I can't talk right now, you can call me at this and that time. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and the same thing goes with, like, your commissary. Like, if you ever need anything, I know that's sometimes awkward or hard to ask, but I'm going to send you something again and on Thursday of this coming week. So what's today? Today's Thursday. So a week from today, I'll send you something again. I get paid next Thursday. So I just want to make sure you're comfortable and that you have everything you need. It would.
I am.
Yeah, I know.
I got stamps, got envelopes. I got.
I know, but there's sometimes you need things that are more than that, and like it would just make me happy to know that you're okay. So expect something from me next week, and yeah. I know I don't have to, but I want to. I know I don't have to, but I want to, because you being okay and being comfortable means the world to me. So don't worry about it. Don't think too much about it. It's not a big deal at all for me, so I'm happy to do it. So yeah, so just if you're ever
I have been kind of, since, like, I had some birthday money, so I put some in my mandatory savings account, which that money I can't touch until I get released, and I put it on a card or whatever. And I'm like, I'm saving for a car, and the $4,000 whatever dollars that was in, not in the safe, it was actually in my drawer, but details, quote unquote, the money that was stolen, that's in evidence right now, is going to come back.
Oh.
So that belongs
really?
to me. Yeah. So right now, for my car, I've saved up $4,200.
Wow, that's like totally perfect. That's like all you need, really.
Right.
But yeah. But I'm sure that whenever you get released, like, you having a car won't be a problem. Everyone that cares about you will figure that out and help you out. So,
yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know. I just like I said, I just you being comfortable and having everything you need, and even if it's just like snacks for you or for your dorm mates or cellmates or whatever the word is, like, is I just roommates is
it
makes
like
me happy. So
it's more like a room. We
yeah.
have a piece of the room, so it's not as cold as on the TV. So I never say like cell. Like, if it was county, of course I'd say cell, but I just say roommate.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, so I just it just makes me happy to know that you're okay. So don't ever think that, like, I'm putting myself in a position that I shouldn't be in, because I'm not. Like I said, I think about you a lot. So you being cool makes me happy. So don't worry about it.
Thank you. It means a lot to me, because I've never met you, and you've done more than my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. The only person that does shit for me is Kristy and my dad. And I'm like, everybody else has just blown me off. They don't write me. They don't put any money so I could call them or anything. They don't email me, just nothing. And they're not broke whatsoever. They go on cruises. They go on vacations. So it's like they could come and visit me, but they choose not to. It's more I'm pushing you to the side while I go on an Alaskan cruise or whatever. So I'm like, just having someone to actually care about me, I'm not used to that. And so when you first put money on my account like that, I'm like, okay, so that's
who is this guy?
Insane. And then when I got your letter, I'm like, wonder who this guy is. I'm gonna write him and see what this is all about. And so whenever I started writing you, I got to know you a little better, and I just started trusting you from there. And I'm like, and I asked Becky, because she would read through my mail and stuff. I love her, and because she would tell me who's cool and who's not. And she's like, I like this guy. This guy seems genuine. He's not creepy. He's not trying to come on to you too quickly or anything. Just feel it out, write him, see how it goes, and then maybe you have to be friends or whatever. So just keep him, this is a good one. So I was like, okay, I'll take your word for it. And so I found out that for myself. And then, of course, once me and Becky got a picture of you, we're like, oh my God, you're so hot. Oh my God. And squealed like a girl. Yeah.
No, yeah. Well, I couldn't be happier that I met you. You've been one of the coolest, most like-minded people that I've met in many, many, many years. And living out here in Seattle, you become one of my best friends. And no, I totally I totally feel like a closeness to you. And no, and so, like I said, yeah, like I'm super, super happy that we met, even under these circumstances, because sometimes, you know, people just meet in crazy ways. But yeah, I couldn't be happier that you know, we're in touch, and you know, just knowing that you're okay helps me sleep better. So yeah.
Most definitely.
But
I feel that exact same way. Because I'm like, just knowing
yeah.
that I have someone to talk to and that's there for me. You know, and even if you didn't put a single freaking dime on my account, I would still contact you and I would still keep in touch and everything. Because I'm like, I'm just that way. Once I make a friend, you know, I'm a loyal friend. I'm a loyal person in general, so I don't fall off or whatever. So I'll never be one of those friends that you make that if you move away or whatever happens, that I just will, you know, fall out of touch or whatever. So, I mean, as long as you want me around, I'll be around, you know?
Yeah, and the same goes for you, Gypsy. Like, as the years go on, after I meet you, and I'll probably want to come see you again and again and again, but I'll always be here, you know, and just because of the way that, because we hit it off so well, like, you know, if we didn't connect at all, which we totally did, but if we didn't, you know, it might be different. But because of the fact that we're so much alike and we have so much in common, that just makes me feel even better about talking to you every week. I always make sure to send my letters out. I spend time on them. I take, you know, I just want to make sure that we're connected, because you're super special, and yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait to finally sit across from you. So it's coming really soon, and I'm always here. Yeah, well, you know, it'll be here. It'll be there before I know it, before you know it, before we know it. I'll be there. And you can always call me at any time. Like, I have your number saved with your name on it, so because it's the same number every time. And Gypsy Rose Alcida Blanchard is in my phone, so whenever you call, I know it's you. And I'll always step out and let you know, hey, if I can't talk right now, you can call me later. But my point is, you know, I'm always here, Gypsy, for anything you might need. I just love talking to you. It's like the highlight of my week. So
me too. Every time I get off the phone with you, I'm like, I can't sleep that night because I'm just so hyped up. And I think and then
yeah.
I'm like, I can't sleep, so I just stay up all night, and I'm like dead tired the next morning. And I was like, last night was awesome. So it's just really cool. I'm like,
yeah.
And
we're gonna get our GEDs together.
Yes.
And I'm gonna start studying more. And I actually wanted to ask you about. I'm not sure how much time you have right now, because I know it's past midnight over there.
Probably
but
3 minutes left. I can probably get away with that.
Okay. But no, I always remember what we talk about, and I wanted to know about the emotional empowerment, if you decided to do that, and how that was going for you.
I'm on the list for it, and the list is actually really long. So I signed up for like trauma class, emotional empowerment. But those are all mental health groups that, of course, everybody has signed up for because you get a certificate for it. And if you get like a certificate, that's 90 days off your sentence. And so I've already done pathways. Yeah, I've already done pathways to change, so that's 9 days off my sentence. And then once I get my GED, that's another 90 days off my sentence. So of course everybody wants to get these certificates. So. Yeah,
that's 3 months. Wow. So yeah, that's great. You know, you could rack that up, and before you know it, maybe you could even have like a whole year or something.
Actually,
you know.
I mean, there's enough groups and classes that, of course, the VOTEC classes, so like cosmetology, professional gardening, you know, all of these extra classes that are after you graduate count off your sentence as well. So, I mean, all of those kind of stuff racks up to where probably I could get a year reduced. You know?
Yeah, that's great. And I
call is
just feel
from
like
a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
Okay. I think that, you have such an incredible, remarkable story that you could probably help a lot of people, come out of their shell and open up more because you've had such a unique experience. I think that your voice could help a lot of others that are in there. And, I'm all for that. So I'm just, I'm praying for you and hope that you get these classes because I think that not only will they help you, but they'll help others. Yeah. And because I'm pretty sure you are the first biggest case behind I'm trying to think of the right word here, how I don't know, how crazy Munchausen can be. Oh, really? Okay.
Yep. I gotta go.
All right.
So you have a good night.
All right.
I'll talk to you later. I'll be sending you a letter out tonight or in the morning. So expect a letter sometime in the next 4 days or something.
All right, Gypsy. I'm thinking about you. Okay.
All right.
Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Talk to you. Bye.
The caller has hung up. Hello, this is a free call from
an offender at the Chillicothe Correctional Center.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
To accept this free call, press 1. To refuse, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello?
Hey, sorry. I think I walked away a little too far. If the call ever drops, just call me right back, okay? Sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine.
But
you were saying something
anyway
about a chart.
No, the last thing I remember saying was like I'm really good at reading. Like I know I'm a pretty good reader, but I have this problem. Like whenever I'm reading a book, like I'll read the whole page, and even though I'm reading it, like sometimes my mind will go somewhere else, or I'll think of something else, and I'll have to go back and reread because I'm not like retaining anything that I read. And I have this problem where just like I'll get distracted by something, or I'll think about something else, and I'm like, oh, I just read this whole page, but I don't even know what the fuck happened. I have to go back and reread it, and then I'll like after a while I just get frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'll finish a chapter, and like, okay, I'll come back to it later. And but yeah, that's like the only, I guess, like learning disability. I don't even know if that's a learning disability, but like I just have like.
It does the same thing to me, especially in school. Especially if I'm not interested in something, because I'm not interested in like American history or economics or politics. So reading about that, I'm reading, but my mind is not focusing, and I'm usually thinking about something else. So I'm just like
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're exactly alike on that then, because that's the same for me. But speaking of politics, how do you feel about Donald Trump being our president?
I never thought that was going to happen in a million years.
I know, isn't that crazy?
It's just insane. Like, I mean, I guess I can understand that. I guess everybody wasn't ready for a woman president. And I'm not like a feminist or anything. I stand on certain things where I'm like, a man has been doing something for so long. It just seems normal. And I'm not saying that a woman couldn't do it.
Just head up for a sec.
Okay.
Okay. So you said you stand on certain things, like what?
Right. I stand on certain things, but I'm like, I do feel like a man has been president for so long, since the history of presidents. I feel like it should stay that way. However, I do think that a woman could do it. I just don't think that it's that time, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I actually voted. I voted for Trump only, and not because of like the. Yeah, well, and living in Seattle, it's a totally like liberal city, and like everybody has this like mindset that like if you voted for Trump, you're like some kind of like racist or prejudiced, and it's not the case at all. Like, I didn't like Hillary, not because she's a woman or anything like that, but I just like Trump's policies better. But so I voted for him, but I don't tell anybody that, because if I did, they would like hate me for it, because it's such a blue, democratic, liberal kind of city, and I'm from the South, which is just, I have those, like, I guess, old-fashioned views, and again, not racist or anything like that, but I don't know. I just thought he would do a good job, and so far it's been pretty bad, but I don't really care anymore about politics. Like, I've never voted for anything in my life except for that, and I don't know, I just felt like it's kind of like required of you as an adult to get out and vote. Everyone's always, make sure you vote, make sure your voice is heard. And I was like, okay, well, when it comes to those two, I think I'm going to just vote for Trump anyway. But,
another thing that I haven't yet to do is vote. So, and I guess once I'm off parole is whenever I'll have my voting rights restored.
Yeah.
I actually have to get signed up for them to begin with, because, you know, my mom would vote, and, like, she'd take me to the polls. Oh, and this is the freaking funniest story. Okay, so, you know, the 2008 election where Obama was...
Obama.
Yes, okay, so,
yeah.
I had went to Walmart with Mom, and they have, like, the men's section where it has, like, all the graphic tees, the T-shirts, and,
yeah.
I was, like, looking, and they had this Star Wars one, and it had Vote for Darth Vader in 08. And so I got that, and I wore it to the poll. And anyway, they tell me that I have to leave or turn my shirt inside out. And
what?
Yeah, and I'm like,
that's
crazy. Weird, because, and they're like, you can't have any sort of T-shirt or representation on you, like wearing anything like Trump, Obama, whatever, whoever you're voting for or whatever, you can't wear it to the polls. And
that's so stupid.
I'm like, but
it's a Darth Vader shirt. What the fuck?
Right. I'm
literally going to write that.
And so I'm like, okay. And then once they figured out that, oh, okay, it's a fictional character, that it's not anybody actually running for president, they're like, oh, okay, you can keep it.
You're okay. No, I didn't even, I think I was like 16 at the time when that was happening, like Obama versus, I don't even fucking remember. I think it was like Mitt Romney or John McCain, I think it was actually. Yeah. Yeah, I was like a sophomore in high school. I didn't even know anything I didn't care anything about politics at the time, but that's a funny story. Like, oh, you have to turn that Darth Vader shirt inside out. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Right. Well, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah. But so you got all three of the books I sent you, right? Or you got three, right? Because it's supposed to be three.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Traveler's Guide to New Zealand, which has some amazing pictures in it.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to make sure, because like all the best books that I saw, I'm pretty sure, I was actually going to ask you this because I read online that you can't send hardcover books. Is that the case? Is that true with you?
You know what? I don't think that's true. However, I've never seen anybody with a hardback cover, so I wouldn't be certain about it. But right now, I've reached my max limit on how many books I could have, and I'm like,
oh no, I can't send you anymore. Oh fuck.
Because I'm not giving up those Star Wars ones for the life of me. I'm not giving those up. I'm not sending them home. I'm not throwing them away.
All right. Well, I wanted to make sure, like, I also kept that in mind. I'm like, I don't want to clutter Gypsy's room with a bunch of books, you know. But like, I did. Oh, you only allowed 6. Oh, that sucks, because I had a bunch more that I was gonna send you too, but I guess I won't do that now. Just on like travel places, like things that I know that you would want to go see. Like, I was actually looking at this really awesome book about the Northern Lights, and I like looked into like where the best place to go and look at the Northern Lights are. And there's this place in Norway where it's like you can rent a hotel room and it's like the ceiling is all glass. Like it's like obviously it's very cold out there, so it's like a very like igloo looking type hotel room, but the ceiling is made of glass so you can sleep underneath the Northern Lights, and it's like the best place to go look at them. I was gonna send you that one, but that's okay if I'll wait maybe until you finish one of the ones I sent you, and you can send it away, and I'll send you that. But I just knew that. Yeah, I can do that too. I just wanted to send you the one about Seattle so you can see the city that I live in. And I remember you telling me how like one of the top places you wanted to go see was New Zealand. So I sent you one of those. But you should look into the Seattle one and like tell me all the favorite places you like, and I'll go take pictures in those places, and I'll send you those.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. Well, I was looking at it right before I called you, and I was showing my roommate, too, because she was interested as well. And I'm like, this huge Ferris wheel looks absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
I bet the view is just amazing. So the Great Wheel is something I definitely like.
Yep. The Great Wheel. That's right. Yeah, I've never actually ridden it. And, you know, it's funny because since I moved here 2 years ago, I've gone to all of the like touristy like fun places like Pike Place Market, and I've walked up to the Great Wheel, but I've never actually ridden it. And I've been to the Space Needle, but I've never actually been I've never gone up to it. Another one is like the Columbia Tower. I've never gone up there either. I've never done any of the like super fun touristy things that the city has to offer. But it's the first time for everything, and I'd love to go do them. Whatever you find interesting, I'll go do them, and I'll take pictures and send them to you there.
Okay, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll put them in my photo album for sure. Because I got the first two that you sent me in my photo album. I show everybody that that one for my birthday. I'm like, that is just so freaking awesome and cool. Like
I'm happy you liked it.
I was like so surprised. I'm like that. I told like everybody about it. I'm like, you know, I was expecting maybe like, you know, like a wave, like you were waving or something, like happy birthday. But I did not expect that. I was like really above and beyond.
Yeah. Well, I went to the library and I made that big fucking sign, and I went to. So Blanchard Street is a really long street. It goes from the waterfront all the way out, like 12 blocks. But I walked down that street, and I was trying to find, because most of the signs, like the street sign where it said Blanchard, were like really high up in the air. And I was like, maybe I could just climb this fucking sign and get someone to take a picture of me up there. But I couldn't get it done, so I kept walking until I found one that was like somewhat shorter so that I could take a picture with it. And then I just asked somebody on the street, I was like, hey, do you mind just taking my picture over here? It's for one of my really good friends, and this is her last name, so I'm going to stand back and you just take a picture over there. And I finally found like the perfect one, and I was like, yes, that's it. And I sent it to you. I'm happy you liked it.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask
over
you.
Here, like maybe there's a sign or something, but they don't allow us to have any like hand gestures or anything in our picture.
I know. I remember reading that. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like I was like hoping that was going to be okay. I mean I remember like reading all the regulations, and it was, there's a website called like Prison Pro, and it's not like, and it just like tells you like all the like rules and regulations besides sending stuff. And that's why I was asking about the hardcover thing, because sometimes I've noticed that some of the things are wrong on there. Like it said that I can only send books through USPS, which is the United States Postal Service, but I sent those through FedEx, and you got them. So that's one thing that's not true. So maybe one day in the future you can ask and just find out about the hardcover thing.
Yeah.
And if that's not true, then whenever I send you the Northern Lights one, I'll send you the hardcover copy if I can, because that one's a lot better. Because it's hard to find travel books in paperback. But I've made sure so far that everything I send you is paperback, because I know that I can't send messages with them, and you can't send it back to me. So if you ever had to return it, which don't ever do that. If I ever send you a book and you can't, and for some reason they can't let you keep it, just tell them to throw it away, because it won't be sent back to me. It'll be sent back to Amazon, and just don't even worry about any of that. So just I don't want you to waste your postage money on that. So
okay,
just
well, I mean,
tell them
like,
they can.
they have, like, I did receive a couple of books a couple of months ago, and I had reached my 6-book limit, and I was having a visit from my parents very soon after that. And so I'm like, I went up to property, and I told them, I'm like, I could release these on a visit. So I'm like, I want to release these books on a visit. My parents are coming, and while they're in the visiting room, I give one of the officers this property paper that has a list of the books that I'm releasing out to the officer, and she picks it up at property, and they bring it to my parents so they can bring it back home.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah. But move cat. Come on, Whiskers. Come here. Go over there.
Go over there.
Afraid to open the doors. I feel so bad because I pick them up and I don't throw them, but I pick them up and like move them, and I hope they don't like think I'm being mean. I just don't want them by the doors because I go in and out a lot. But hey, so did you send off that form today? The exec. Damn it! Because I wanted you to read it to me again, because now that I'm at home, I can. I mean, I heard the whole thing yesterday, but I wanted to hear it again. But it's okay.
Well,
okay.
I still have a copy of it, but I don't want to read it out loud at the moment.
Okay, that's okay.
Well,
next time you call me.
I'll explain in the letter.
Okay, I understand. Well, next time you call me, you can maybe you can read it to me that time.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But yeah, I did send it off, and I went to the library, made copies. Then I made a copy of my sort of where it says what I was charged with and what it got amended to. And so it's just a little bit more information, and it had like my case number and stuff. So I sent that along with it, along with the application, and said a prayer over it and sent it off.
Okay, well that's good. I actually was. Sorry, I was looking into that today, and I looked up online the executive clemency form and process, and I saw that it takes 18 to 24 months, which can seem really long, but it's good to get that ball rolling as fast as possible. And if you ever, whenever you write me back whenever you send me another letter, if you could put in at the end a PS, the governor's address, I would love for you to do that. So I would love to write my own letter to the governor, just explaining this incredible relationship that I've built with you, and just, my perspective of your story, and I just think that as many letters as possible to be sent to the governor would just be would be great. So I would just love to help and support. So I would love to do that. I would absolutely sit down and maybe I'll even just type it and print it out instead of handwrite it, because my handwriting is so shitty sometimes.
It is not. It is not. I can read it. It's not shitty at all. Mine is I have to see what I'm writing, and if I sometimes my roommates will go to sleep and they'll shut off the light, and I have a little lamp that clips onto my bunk. But a lot of times I don't want to wake them up or anything, so I'll just be writing from the light that comes from my TV. And if I don't see it, I'll possibly misspell stuff. And I'm like, I am not going to send a letter that's misspelled or scribbled across, or anything.
No,
So
please.
I
It's
write
totally
over
okay.
and
I
over.
mean, yeah. No, I mean, I sometimes that happens to me too, where like I'll completely like miss, or I'll forget to like put a sentence somewhere, and I'll like cross it out, and I'm like, should I? And sometimes I'll just go back and rewrite the whole page. I'm like, fuck. But now it's like, but it's totally okay if ever you have to just cross something out. I've never had a problem like reading your letters. It's never been like a moment where I was like, I don't know what this means. No, I've always understood everything perfectly. So it's always okay. But I have like a whole box where I just keep. I think I have like 12 envelopes from you right now. I just keep them all in one place. And yeah, so you're totally my pen pal and my only pen pal. So I keep you in a safe place.
I have probably about 100 envelopes and 50 stamps. Yeah, and I'm always drawing on them or something, and every once in a while, like for Valentine's Day, I sent everybody, I had bought some lipstick. I don't freaking wear lipstick all the time, because I'm just like, I'm happy with my natural color. So
yeah.
I bought lipstick for Valentine's Day, and I just put it on and kept like kissing the envelopes and just sent everybody a kiss for Valentine's Day. That was my little decoration for the holiday.
I like it.
Sometimes I'll put Christmas trees or whatever for Christmas or whatever. I just like to decorate.
Yeah.
Because it gives me something
No, that's
to
cute.
choose on.
That's cute. I like it. Yeah. So hey, I wanted to do something with you on the phone. Here, hold on one second. Hold on, I have to go back inside to do this. I'm gonna ask you some questions, not like anything weird, or like personal questions. Move, cats. Get out of the way. Okay, hold on. Bear with me here because I have to walk to the computer room and sit down for a second. Okay. But anyway, how's your day been? What have you been up to today?
Nothing much. Just school, and then I came back. Then we had to go to the store. So I went to pick up my canteen and came back, went to the library, went to the resource library, picked out a card because you could purchase greeting cards. So, and I went and looked at a few, picked out one, and then came back, took a long nap because I was so tired because I had woke up early this morning to go to breakfast, and whenever I get up that early, I'm like, I'm drained, and I have like 2 hours between the time I get up to go to breakfast and the time I go to school, so I'm kind of tired. And
yeah.
then I was like, I don't want to do any schoolwork right now, so I just kind of did that thing where I looked at a book and not really concentrated. But
did you have school today?
Yeah. I had school today, and then we had school Monday through Friday. And if the teacher's not there, they call her late in. So, but Miss Frisbee is always freaking there. I'm like, I think she's going to, if I could put like a freaking wig on a skeleton and put it in front of the classroom, that'll be Miss Frisbee in the end. She's going to live and die in that classroom. She's always there.
God damn it! I can't log into the computer. Hold on. I was gonna do a surprise, but I'm not gonna ruin it right now. Maybe I can do it a little bit later.
Okay. Oh, you did say
Hold on, one second. What were you saying?
I said that you did say you had wanted to ask me some questions last night.
Yeah, yeah, I did want to ask you. I mean, I didn't mean to like scare you with when I said that. Actually, like I remember after I said that, I was like, I hope she's not freaked out by that because.
I'm not freaked out.
Yeah, no, it was just like questions like that I was just kind of curious about like your case and stuff, and I just like I guess like my couple of like the biggest questions that I have, like one of them was like, so how and if I ever ask you, I don't know, I know I've said this before, but I want to make a point of it, like because you mean a lot to me, Gypsy. I don't ever want to make you like upset or uncomfortable, you know. And I know that we've spent a lot of months talking, and we're on a certain level of friendship now where I feel like, you know, it's we're a lot more open with each other. But
Right.
you know, there are just certain things like, for example, I was just always kind of curious, like because I've watched your documentary like more times than I care to admit, several times. It's just because, like I said, like I wanted to kind of get a full understanding. And sometimes you have to watch things a couple times to just kind of like really wrap your head around certain things. It's like, wow, like, you know, like I last told you, I was like, this girl like had literally no other and as of course, you know, we as people, like we all want to think like, oh, you know, killing someone dying isn't the way out, but it's literally like was like the only way out for you. And that was like one of those things. It's like this girl had no other options. It's like she's tried everything. She tried to run away. She tried to get help from other people, but you know, as scary as it sounds, sometimes the system just fails people. And the system just totally failed you. You fell through every single crack that was possible. And anyway, it really is. It's totally crazy. And that's what like breaks my heart the most. It was just like, God, you know, there was just nothing she could do. Out of everything she tried, she always just got shot down. And anyway, so I've always wondered, because it doesn't tell you in the documentary or any of the articles I've read, at what age, like how old were you? And I guess I'll start with asking, did you always know your true age? Because there's two sides where it's like, somehow DeeDee had like made birth certificates after like Hurricane Katrina that said that you were like 4 years younger than you really were. But did you actually know that you were not 4 years younger, or did you thought you were what she was telling you?
Yes, the whole time. That's why it would confuse me. And I would just like believe her because she would say, you know, I had a head injury whenever we got in a bad automobile accident. Whenever I was probably about like 10. And anyway, like shards of glass like shattered everywhere. And her foot, she had a broken tibia and fibula. Anyway, long story short, she landed on the car accident. And so, you know, it did seem weird to me that we'd have birthday parties and we'd celebrate my birthday, but it was like almost a bad thing to talk about age. And so
really,
it was like, you know, just don't talk about age. And she would always tell me, a lady never tells her age. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, if you're like 30-something or 40-something, but not if you're like 10 and 12, you know?
Right. Yeah.
But I'm like, you know, I'm not going to say anything to upset her because that would cause an argument that would last a long time, and I just didn't want to upset her, hurt her feelings, or, you know, get me in any trouble. So basically, I just, you know, go along with whatever she said and believed it. And so whenever I got arrested, I thought that I was 19, and turns out I was 23. And it wasn't until my attorney had told me my true age, and I was like, oh my God, you know, because it's like the basis of your knowledge of yourself is how old you are, you know.
Right.
So it was kind of crazy, but yeah, I didn't know. I completely just believed whatever she told me, you know.
Yeah. So I guess, okay, so back to like my original question, at what age, you knowing what your true age is now, I guess, did you know that you were not actually, I mean, you always know that you could walk, and we've all known that, but like at what age did you know that you weren't actually sick, that you didn't actually have leukemia, that you didn't actually have muscular dystrophy, all that kind of stuff? Like, was it not until after you were arrested, or at what point did you know that you didn't actually have these illnesses?
I want to say, okay, so I get asked this question actually a lot more than people think. And the complete and honest answer that a lot of people don't even believe me is that it was after I got arrested. And my attorney had told me that all my medical records were completely fake and all of these illnesses I never had or anything. And so it came as a shock because I'm like thinking, that, yeah, okay, so I ran away and I'm not going to be on cancer medication anymore, but I'm going to take that risk because at least I'm free. And so when I got arrested, I was like shocked to know. I was happy, of course, and relieved, but I had spent so many years thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die in a couple months. And, I'm going to die of cancer, or I'm going to die of muscular dystrophy. My muscles will get so weak, and then my lungs will get too weak to breathe, and I'm going to die. So, it wasn't until after I got arrested that I found out that all of it was a bunch of crap.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your whole life you were basically just kind of kept in the dark.
Yeah.
And so you DeeDee made you take medicine. Like all those, because I saw a picture of like your medical closet, and it was just like this huge fucking, a huge medical closet, and it's just like, God, like, she's taking all this medication that she doesn't actually need at all, and that was really heartbreaking, and to just know that you didn't even know you didn't have those illnesses until after you're arrested it's just horrible. But but now you look so pretty. You look so great with your hair all fully grown out, and you look so healthy. And I'm just happy that you've gotten back into your natural state now.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
but yeah.
Listen, I'm like,
yeah.
If I would have been living a normal life, number one, the medications, my dad and Kristy and Mike all think that the medications that I was on had stunted my growth. So whenever you see me, you're gonna see how tiny I am, and you're gonna be like, damn, she's tiny. But it's like I'm not tiny like a midget, because I am like a
no,
woman,
I know,
and I do have like a womanly figure, but I'm just small, I'm petite, and so a lot of people are like, you might look like the size of maybe a 14-year-old or something, or a 13-year-old. But that's because of the medications and also my voice. I know my voice.
I think your voice is adorable.
Thanks. It's embarrassing because, it's like on the phone I've heard you talk and I'm like, oh my God, I hate the way I sound.
No, I love it. I think you have one of the most cutest voices I've ever heard. But so don't ever feel weird about that, because I think you have a super cute voice. But yeah, I mean, I know that you're 4'11", which is okay. I mean, I can't wait to finally meet you. Finally meet the person that I think about you all the time, and that I've spent all these months, getting to meet and understand from your perspective. And in just 6 weeks from now, I'm finally going to be able to sit across from a table with you, and I couldn't be more excited. Hopefully I can give you a hug, because that's the first thing I'm going to want to do.
Yeah, after you get your letter, you're like, you're afraid to give me a hug because you're afraid I get in trouble. No, like, people, they have like a list of stuff that visitors could do, and you could, people are allowed to hug, they're allowed to kiss, they're allowed to hold hands. It's very open. The only thing you're not allowed to do is, the do.
Yeah, I can't take you in the back, but that's okay.
Yeah. That's about it. It's not a conjugal visit. That's about it.
Well, perfect. Well, I honestly cannot wait. And I was talking to my stepdad earlier today, and he's just like, well, so like, what do you want to do when you come to Kansas? And I was like, well, the biggest thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to leave you behind for a day when I drive to Chillicothe to go meet, one of my super awesome friends, Gypsy, that I met. And I don't think he's seen your documentary, but I'll probably show him when I get there. And yeah, and today actually I was just talking to her earlier, and I was like, because she's seen it.
This call is from a correctional facility and may be monitored and recorded.
So I'm finally gonna go meet Gypsy in person, and she was just like completely shocked, like, wow, really? I was like, yeah, like we've been talking and writing letters every week for the last 3 months, and she sent me a visitor's form, and I jumped on it and I sent it out right away, and I'm so happy that she actually wants me to come up there, because I know that like your visitors list is restricted to like a certain amount of people, so I'm excited that I'm one of those people and I can actually come meet you. So it's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now, and it's 6 weeks away, but I know that that'll come before I know it. So I can't wait until I come up there.
It's gonna fly by.
I've never been to Missouri before. But it'll be a great first-time trip.
Yeah,
so I can't
for
wait.
sure. I totally wish I was on the outside, because I'd show you Kansas City, my favorite places in Kansas City. I love Union Station, the Crown Theater, and they have the World War I museum.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
No.
I wish I was on the outside.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? That day will come, and I know that whenever you do get released, I will meet you in person on the outside, and we'll go do a bunch of fun stuff. So, while it might seem somewhat far away, like I'm happy that that day will come one day. And what's funny is I actually had a person that was sitting at the bar a couple of days ago. And he was from Kansas City, because, we kind of engage in conversation with the guests at the bar sometimes. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? I'm actually going to Kansas City in September. And he's like, well, that's my home city. And, like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm actually going to go see my friend in Chillicothe, but I will be in Kansas City area for a week. And he was like, okay, well, great. Like, do you know what you're going to do? And I was like, no, I really don't. And so he actually wrote down on a piece of paper all these fun things to do when I'm there, and I actually have it in my room, which is right next to me right now. I'm gonna go grab it. And he spent like 15 minutes and wanted to like all these places to go when I'm in city, and I know how to think. I just like bought him a couple drinks. I was like, okay, well, your first round's on me, because you actually write me out a list of all these things to do, and let me see. Okay, I just got it, but if I'm in the basement for too long, the call might drop, so I got to go upstairs. Hold on.
Okay.
And it's fucking dark out here. Okay. So shit, it's dark out here, but let me see. So he was telling me that I have to go to the Negro League Baseball Museum, World War I Museum, go to a Royals game if you've never been, a couple of barbecue places, Crossroads area, Power and Light, a restaurant, I guess.
Yes. That's the Power and Light district.
Yeah. Let's see what else is here. Westport. Port Fonda, James, Julep, Kelly's, Plaza, Stock Hill, Graham and Don, Great Outdoor Patio, JJ's.
Okay.
I guess these are all restaurants he put down.
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, he gave me like a whole list of things to do when I'm there.
Okay.
So I'll definitely take pictures and send them to you also of me in Kansas City. But yeah. So
It's definitely, if you get the chance, I know that's a whole big bunch of list of stuff. But if you definitely get the chance and you have spare time, go to the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art. They have Rodin's Thinker, the statue of the thinker there. Now, I'm not 100% positive that this is the actual statue. It could be a replica. I'm not sure. But I did take a picture in front of it, and I did the thinker pose. so yeah.
All right.
It's a cool place. It's free, so it doesn't cost anything. The only thing that costs is that there is a special exhibit there. But that's about it. The rest is all free. But I love there. Just spending hours upon hours in this museum, and they have like a suit of armor with a horse, and the horse has armor, and I guess it's 14th century knight armor. So I thought that was pretty cool. But they have a lot of cool stuff in there. I just used to go and enjoy the art. I'm into art, so. Yeah.
No, totally. Like I've actually been like looking more into that kind of stuff lately too. So there's a Seattle Art Museum here that I have not ever gone. Actually, no, I went one time, but like I've just started to kind of like appreciate that thing more. And like now, see, like in the last couple of years, I've never really been into like museum. I mean, I've always been into them, but I could never go just because I didn't have like a really good job where I could go out and do things like that and spend money like that until recently. Mm-hmm. So now that that's the case, I've been like getting a lot more into like things like art and stuff. So I will definitely like spend a couple days in Kansas City, and no, I can't wait. But anyway, so all right, I finally got into the computer. And okay, hold on one second. Anyway, but how's your family doing? So like, have you talked to your mom in the last couple of days? Like, I remember the last time I talked to you. Yeah. So how are your parents doing in the terms of like, last time I talked to you, they were like going through some stuff and.
Things are better between them. Like that day that Dad had texted her all those stuff, I had called her on the phone, talked to her. Then I had called him. Of course, I gave myself a couple hours because I didn't want to say anything that I didn't mean or anything in the heat of the moment. So I gave myself some time. Then I called him and talked to him for a bit. Mom realizes that what she needs to do is like she understands like. I lost track of, the bigger picture, and she was just thinking about, like, conserving money. And so every time Dad would ask her out, like, let's go get a drink, let's do something, she would shut him down for the fear of, like, spending too much money. And I'm like, Mom, if he's asking you out, clearly the money's not an issue there. So, let him. Geez, so I think it's just that there has to be a reunited spark between them. I mean, they've been married for forever. So they just need to get back into the romance thing. And so I think they both will work it out. So it's fine right now. Whenever he gets home from work, she's got this whole plan where she's going to be like the perfect wife and everything. So, I talked to them both, and it's fine so far.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I pray for them, and I hope that they're gonna work things out because like when you are married and you have a couple of kids, I just feel like that's like your world, and that like no matter what happens, like you should always work through it. And I hate divorce, and I feel like it's never the way to go.
No.
And so
Yeah.
I'm always hoping for them.
Thank
But anyway, all right. So I'm going to ask you some questions right now that are not related to your case at all. They're just kind of random questions, but I want you to answer them as best you can, okay?
Okay.
All right. So they're kind of weird questions, but just bear with me. All right. So the first question is forest or river?
Forest.
Okay. Okay. So now here's the next question. I guess it's like a situational question. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study. It is about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would you rescue these objects from the troll's club if you could? And the answer selection is first, a nearly perfected cure for dragon's pox, then student records going back 1,000 years. Finally, a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. All right, Gypsy, I'm sorry. These are really fucking weird, but just hopefully you're following along with me here. That was the first answer.
Okay.
The second answer is first, student records going back 1,000 years, then a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. Finally, a nearly perfected cure for dragon's pox. The third answer is first, a mysterious, I guess it's the same answer, just in a different order. First, a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes, then a nearly perfected cure for dragon's pox. Finally, student records going back 1,000 years. There's 6 answers total. That was the third one. The fourth one is first, a nearly perfected cure for dragon's pox, then a mysteriously handwritten book full of strange runes. Finally, a student records going back 1,000 years.
That one.
That one? Okay.
That one.
Okay. All right, this is a little easier. What are you most looking forward to learning in life? Apparition or disapparition? Being able to materialize, it's in parentheses, I think that's what that means. Apparition and disapparition, being able to materialize and dematerialize at will. I guess like create things or destroy things at will, basically.
Okay.
The second answer is transfiguration, turning one object into another. The third one is flying on a broomstick. The fourth one is hexes and jinxes. The fifth one is all about magical creatures and how to befriend/care for them.
That one.
Okay. All right. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Ordinary, ignorant, cowardly, or selfish?
I would have to say ignorant.
So the thing that you would most hate people to call you is ignorant. Okay. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which one would you choose to drink? There's 4 answers. The foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as though containing ground diamonds. The smooth, thick, rich purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums. The golden liquid so bright that it hurts the eye and which makes sunspots dance all around the room. Or the mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fumes that make you see strange visions. And I can reread them if you want me to.
What
the question is,
again?
okay, so 4 goblets are placed before you. Which one would you want to drink? The first one was a foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as if it contained ground diamonds. Okay. That's what I would choose too. Okay. All right, next question. Which road tempts you the most? There's 4 answers. The first one is a wide, sunny grass lane. Second one is a narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley. The third one is the twisting leaf-strewn path through the woods. And the last one is a cobbled street lined with ancient buildings. Which road would tempt you the most?
That's a hard one. It's either the woods or the last one, the cobblestone street.
Okay, so the first one was the wide, sunny grass lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, leaf-strewn path through the woods, or a street lined with ancient buildings.
I'm going to go with the woods.
Okay. I'm not sure how many questions there are total, but hopefully we're coming towards the end here. Okay. So if you were attending school, which pet would you choose to take with you? And there's a lot of answers here, so bear with me, but they're short.
Okay.
So if you were going to school, which pet would you choose to take with you? Tabby cat, Siamese cat, ginger cat, black cat, white cat, tawny owl, screech owl, brown owl, snow owl, barn owl, common toad, natterjack toad, dragon toad, harlequin toad, or a three-toed toad, meaning like a toad that has three fingers.
Well, I have to say black cat because I've had black cats all my life, so I'm going to go with the black cat.
Black cat. We're going to go with the black cat. Okay, this one's really easy. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay. All right, so I just took you through the Pottermore sorting quiz because I remember you were you wanted to know which house you belong to.
Yes.
And you got Ravenclaw. Hey, you know what? That's awesome.
I keep changing. That's awesome.
Did you expect that one?
No.
Hey, you know what? Remember how you said you were somewhat of a Luna Lovegood? Well, that's the house that she's in, so maybe so.
That was awesome.
Maybe so.
For that.
Yeah, I know that some of those questions, even as I was asking, God, these are fucking weird questions, but I'm happy we figured it out.
Yeah.
I got Gryffindor. I don't know why I got Gryffindor.
Of course you did.
You know, when I was a kid, meaning 9, 10, 11 years old, I always wanted to be Slytherin, and I don't know why. I know that it's one of those bad houses. But I always, my favorite color is green, and I don't know. I guess when you're just a young kid boy, you kind of just you're kind of like the snakes or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, I always wanted to be Slytherin. I had dreams about going to Hogwarts and being Slytherin. But now as an adult, I'm yeah, I definitely feel like I'd fit in with the Gryffindor.
Yeah. Definitely see that.
But, well, according to the Pottermore quiz, you are Ravenclaw. But to be fair, it's probably easier to answer the questions when you're faced with the screen instead of me reading them off to you, because even I was losing track of what answers I was giving as I was giving them out. Yeah. So,
I'm there with you, and I was I know that these are Harry Potter related questions. So I'm thinking that you're
on Facebook or something. No, I was trying to take out because I was changing certain things because they were asking me if you were taking a pet to Hogwarts, what would you take? I changed that to school instead of Hogwarts. I didn't want to give it away right away, but
I thought you were maybe doing a Facebook quiz or something.
But yeah, that was
figured that out.
You did. You got it right away. But
that was a great
yeah. So
Ravenclaw.
So as for you're Ravenclaw for right now, which is okay because that's Luna's, and that's you kind of relate to her a little bit, and I can actually kind of see that too. So it worked out. But anyway,
awesome.
Sorry to bombard you with a bunch of awkward, weird questions like that.
So I have a question for you.
Okay.
All right. Celeb crush. All right, you want to explain that?
What was that?
I said celebrity crush. Emma Watson or me? Which one would you pick?
I would choose you, Gypsy. I like you a lot.
Thanks.
I feel like we think a lot alike, and I totally like I said, I couldn't be more excited to meet you, and all the time that I spent talking to you, I really familiarized with you. So you're my celebrity crush right now.
Aw, thanks. Well, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have a weak crush on you myself. So.
Well, I'm happy. I'm really happy that we've kept in touch, because I know that when I first wrote you that letter, my very first letter, honestly, I did not expect to get something back from you, because I was like, oh, I'm sure this girl gets so much attention, and there's so many people writing her that, I'm just some other person in this giant stack of letters she probably receives all the time that, she probably doesn't have time to write everyone back. And when I first got your very first letter back, I was like completely like jumping for joy. I was like, I cannot believe that I got a letter back from her. And it's what I look forward to every week, honestly. Like whenever I get something from you in the mail, it just makes me so happy. So I'm really happy that I got to know you. So,
I'm like the second time, usually like it takes so long to get a letter. And I'm like, if I send a letter on a certain day, I know to expect something maybe like a week later, 2 weeks later or something. So I wish there was like,
I know.
A shorter
It takes time.
It takes time, but
yeah.
It teaches me patience. But it definitely gives me something to look forward to. And like there might be a day that, I have a sucky day, or I just need something to make me smile. And, I look forward to getting your letters. So, because I'm like, we do have so much in common, and so it's easy to talk to you because it's like, you get it,
Yeah, totally. I feel the same way about you. I feel like every time I talk to you, like, I'm always worried, like, oh, I hope I don't run out of anything to say. And I don't. I never do. I just, like, the conversation just goes so smoothly, and that's why, like, whenever I get something from you, a picture, a drawing, a letter, it just brightens my day up, and it just makes me, like, the happiest person. So I'm always, like, because I live with my coworker right now, the one that I told you about, all that, like, drama going on. Like, we share a house together. And he's always like, why? Every morning I go out and check the mail. And he's like, why do you check the mail every single morning? I'm just like, I just want to see if I got something from my friend Gypsy. And he hasn't seen your documentary, but I want to show him one day when we have mutual like time off together, because we both work at the same place. And if he's working, I'm not, or if I'm working, he's not. So we never have a lot of time to spend with each other. Last night we did, and we watched this movie called Hacksaw Ridge, which I'm not sure if you've seen that movie, but it's like a war movie.
I've seen the trailer for it. It looks good, though.
It was okay. I didn't like it because it's super dramatic, and it's just like, it was okay, but I don't know. I didn't like it a whole lot. I honestly like, I like war movies, but like ones that tell good stories. And this one was just like, it's about this guy who is like a super hard, like Bible thumping Christian who like refuses to touch a gun and like will not carry a weapon. And he's in World War II. Apparently it's a true story. And he goes into war, and he just like, he's a medic. So he just like saves people's lives, which is a nice story, and it's touching and all, but it's just like, doesn't seem very realistic. I mean, I guess it's a true story, but movies that are based off of true stories are usually most of the time exaggerated, but, because they want to make a good movie out of it. But anyway, I didn't like it. It was very long. It was like 3 hours. And the whole time I was just like, God, I don't really want to watch this movie. And I just got home from work because I was working last night, so I didn't get home until like 1 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, "Hey, let's watch this movie." And I was like, "Fuck, dude!" And we watched it. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "I'm ready to go to bed. I don't want to fucking watch this movie." But anyway, yeah, he always catches me checking the mail every single day, just seeing if I got something. But I'm really happy that we've spent the time to get to know each other. And like I said, I could not be more excited to come see you next month. So
that's always so exciting. I'm counting down the days and put it on my calendar and everything. So, and I highlighted it in red, so I know that's a special thing.
I'm trying to like play it off to my family, like my stepdad, that I'm coming to see him. But really, the main reason for me coming there is to go see you. So like, I'm gonna spend a lot of days hanging out with him. But that's not the reason for my visit. Because if I didn't get a visitation form from you, I would not be there. I would not go out. I'm so serious. I would not have gone out there to go see. Not that I like. I love my stepdad and everything, but I'm not going to make a trip out to Kansas City in the middle of September for no reason. You know, it's the biggest reason is to come see you, and the rest of it will just be with him. But that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But yeah.
He's probably going to think I'm completely insane for sending a visiting form. I'm like, you know, thinking.
No, not at all. No, I was.
Like, why is she sending me a visiting form? I'm way out in Seattle. There's no way I'm gonna go to the freaking Midwest to see some girl in prison.
No, are you kidding me? No, I remember the day that I got that. I was driving. I drove back up to my house from work, and I got the letter, and it was like a very thick envelope, and I was like, what is this? And I opened it up, and the first thing I saw was this like Missouri a visitation form, and I was just like, oh my God, like I am gonna fill this out today and send it back in today. and no, I was super happy to see that. It made me really happy to know that you you know, trust me enough to come out there and see you. So yeah, no, I'm
from freaking 2020. I had told her about the visit, and she's like, you know, she was completely shocked. She's just like, didn't expect anybody to come that far to see me. And I'm like, I know, right? So
no.
she's shocked. I'm shocked. You know, I told mom about it, and she's happy about it. Because usually I always ask her, like, hey, do you think that this guy is okay, or do you think that this girl or woman or whatever, this person is okay to come and visit me? I just met them, whatever. And I didn't even ask Mom. I just sent you the visiting form. Because I'm like, I know, I trust, you know, I trust you. So I'm like, I'm going to sing it anyway.
Oh. I'm blushing right now. No, I cannot. And I remember your I've never really talked to your stepmother. Only been through like Facebook Messenger. But like I remember one day like you had told me that she was feeling sick, so I like sent her a message saying like, hey, I heard you're not feeling well. Like I hope you're okay. And she sent me a message back saying like, thank you. Like God will get me through this. And so she seems like, and she seems like a sweet lady. She's always posting things like religious postings all the time, and I know that she loves you a lot because she's always talking about you and posting things about you and pictures of you. So I'm just happy that she's there for you, you know, as much as she can be. So I can't wait to come.
You know, I told her, and anytime that I am feeling like bad or I need just to talk to somebody, she's there. You know, she'll pick up my call no matter what. And, you know, I probably call excessively, but it's like we talk about everything. You know, we don't talk about just one certain thing. You know, it's how is Mia doing? How is, you know, her school doing? How is my school doing? And we just talk about a little bit of everything, and we've gotten to the point where we can talk about, you know, things that we probably would have never talked about had we gained this new
The person you called has hung up.